This is my Blazer. His name is JJ. JJ is a 1994 Chevy S10 Blazer with the Tahoe trim and a classic green fading to tan paint job. He's got a 4.3 liter V6 engine with 200 horsepower. What? Oh, crumb cakes. 4.3 liter V6. It's got an automatic transmission, two-wheel drive. It's a fun little car. Unfortunately, there are a lot of things wrong with him. The handle for the back hatch is busted off. The front bumper is a little messed up from a minor collision. The rear bumper cover has been broken off. On the inside, there's a whole lot more. The windows in the passenger and driver's side door don't function properly. The AC's out, the radio's out, the center console is broken, needs replaced. The power locks don't work, and a whole bunch of other things that are too long to list. But one by one, we're gonna fix them. This is very uncomfortable. We're gonna do it anyways. It needs some work mechanically too, but we're gonna save that for another day. Because I don't know what the problems are. I just know there's problems, and I'm not an auto mechanic. Oh! Ow. So the first project of many that we're starting on is these back window struts. They're trash right now. They don't hold up the window at all. A little bit in the sunlight when they get all heated up, but really they're not dependable. So we swapped them out. We're going to be swapping them out with two brand new ones from O'Reilly's, and my dad's here helping me. Got a wide assortment of tools, and we're going to get to work on it. This is going to be exciting. I'm going to learn, and have you done this before, Dad?
I've never done it before. So what we've got here today is these struts that Brendan mentioned a minute ago, but the wide assortment of tools I think is totally unnecessary. I was looking at this just a minute ago, and it looks like probably all I'll really need is a pick and a plastic body trim tool, pry tool. And so let's give it a shot, see how it goes. Now, at the bottom of or at both ends, either end of the strut, there's a clip. You don't have to take the clip off, you just pry underneath that clip and lift it a little bit, and that's all it takes to pull that strut off of the knob that it's attached to. Now there are wires hooked to a terminal on the end of the strut, and so we're going to disconnect that first. Also, the weather stripping is in the way, and so we're just going to loosen it up a little bit and move it off to the side. I'm going to put the pick underneath this clip that's in here and just pry up a little bit on that clip.
Okay, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so the wire's out of the way, weather stripping's out of the way. I'm using my pick to lift up that clip a little bit, and then we're going to just simply pry the strut off of the knob that it's attached to. Just pull it out of the way a little bit, and there it is. That's the one end. The other end is exactly like that.
Good.
On this end, I don't have to use the pry tool. I simply need to use the clip, the pick to pull the clip out of the way, and there, it slides right off. Easy as can be.
It's really not seeing much, but
Okay.
it's seeing the strut.
So I'm pretty excited about this because I get to learn more about my own vehicle, and I get to expand my level of my experience. Oh, yes. Weather stripping. Right. Alright. Okay, just like that.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's just a matter of prying that ring back. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Then, beautiful. And then for the top one, it's the same thing up here. Yep. Come on. Come on. Am I doing it right?
Looks like you're pulling one side of the clip up more than the other. Pull the clip up evenly, so
Okay.
both sides are coming up.
Gotcha. There we go. Yeah. That's the oldie.
All right.
Happiness is.
Trade
Look at
is
that. Here's the new one. The old one. And just press it down, just simple like that. Here's the new one.
Where'd you get that new one?
The new one is from O'Reilly's. And takes a lot more effort to push that one down. And we like that because that means our window will stay up. Happiness is. Now the installation is much easier than removal. Note that direction is important to installing the arms correctly. More on that in a little bit. On the right side, to reduce the risk of breakage from trying to squeeze them on later, connect the defrost wires to the terminals on the bottom of the arms and follow the curvature of the wire for a comfortable fit. It's not necessary to lift the clip for reinstallation. Each end should snap on with ease and have a good, firm hold. Now to the left side. Follow the same steps over here for a properly functioning hatch. Remember to put the weather stripping back in place on both sides once the arms are installed. If the hatch doesn't close properly upon completion, you may have forgotten that step. And voila, it's done. Now for a quick detour so you can avoid the pitfalls that we fell into, but were fortunate enough to climb out in time to let you know. Okay, a couple things to talk about. Pitfalls, but as well as a few technicalities. Starting off, tools. So in regard to those tools that we're using, the pick and the pry bar, the little plastic trim pry bar, that is very important in the execution of this job. The plastic pry bar is important because you're prying against the vehicle, the paint, the metal. And if you use a metal pry bar, like a screwdriver or something like that, you're going to scratch the paint, going to create some sort of damage. However, if you don't have a plastic pry bar, you can take a rag or maybe even a piece of cardboard and put that in between whatever you're using to pry. That way you don't scratch up the metal or the paint. Also, the pick is a great tool. However, not everybody has those picks. Dad has a lot of tools around the place, so that was just the perfect thing that he found to use. However, the hole, the little slot that we're prying into, is made wide enough for a flathead screwdriver. So if you don't have a pick, a flathead screwdriver should work just as well. Make sure it's small enough to fit in so you're not having to jam it down in. So don't use a big screwdriver. About a medium to small size screwdriver will work best. And it'll take care of that problem with prying one side up over the other, because the pick, you need to center it, but the screwdriver will take up the size of that slot, so you'll very easily pull up the clip evenly, which is important. Now to pitfalls. I mentioned the direction of the arms, because if you put them in the wrong way, your hatch won't shut. We know because we tried and felt very foolish. We just went along, and we took the old ones off, and we put the new ones back on, and it looks right. It looks right to have the wide end of the arm down at the bottom and the slim end up top. To me anyways, that looked right. So we put it on, and so we went to shut it, and it wouldn't shut. It's up all by itself. Oh, yeah.
Close it and open it.
All right. Oh, it's so nice and... Wait a minute. Well, now it's not shut. As easily as it used to. In fact, it ain't shut at all. Well, we'll have to finagle with that a little bit and get that figured out, and we'll see. Let's go ahead and break for a little commercial. It was a little depressing, but we figured it was probably the weather stripping, because you know we'd forgotten to put it back. So we went back in there, put the weather stripping back, and tried it again. It didn't work. So finally we spent a little time thinking about it, and we realized that it might be the direction of the arms. So we went back in and we traded it out, and that's where we left you. We traded it out. So now we're gonna go see if that works. Pretty sure it's gonna work. Cross your fingers, both your fingers. It just seems, oh, okay, now you don't have that. Yeah, that should be it.
I guess try it, see if it closes. Beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, simply gorgeous.
Got it.
Happiness is. They were fine when I first got them, when I first got the vehicle, but that was a few years ago now. So, but yeah, so just over time, they just wore out, and you know, I don't use the back hatch a whole lot, but every time it was like you push it up and you go under here and one crunch, but it was irritating. Now that doesn't do it anymore, and I didn't know that it was such a simple fix, and I'm glad of that. And now I know, and that was Dad's first time doing that, so now he knows too, and it's super fantastic. And now you, if you ever need to do anything of the sort for a 1994 Chevy S10 Blazer, this is the design. So happiness is. I've been saying that a lot recently. Happiness is. Happiness is. Happiness is. Happiness is. But yeah. And hopefully we can learn more along the way as we make repairs on this thing. Thanks to my dad. He's awesome. And he helping me out with this thing. He's going to be helping us out on a lot more projects here. Probably not all of them, but a good most of them. And we'll all be learning along the way. Yeah, I mean, if you're really up to it, we can finish this thing. We can finish Adam's Chevy, 1998 Chevy K1500. You can document that too. Well, that's fantastic. It for today. Yes, sir. Thanks. See you next time. Toodles.
Wasn't that fun?
That was a grand old time. Thank you so much for that, Dad. So everybody can see. This is the cast and crew right here. Why don't we come this way a little bit just to make sure. Okay, I gotta go talk Fantastic. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, share it with your friends and hit the subscribe button so you can be among the first to know when JJ gets another repair. Again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more to come and have a fantastic day. Toodles.